All right, peace and greetings, YouTubers. So the 2019 BET Awards. Overall, I thought they had a decent year. I wasn't super crazy over it, but I also didn't think it was terrible either. I thought it was all right. I didn't really have any major expectations because based on the ads and the promo alone, there weren't a whole lot of people I was excited about seeing based on the commercials. So I really only watched because Regina Hall was hosting. She's one of my favorite people in the world. She cracks me up all the time. I wanted to see the J Blige tribute. I wanted to see what they were going to do for Nipsey Hussle. And I wanted to see if they were going to do anything for Aretha Franklin. But BET was like, look, man, she already had a 20-hour funeral. What else do y'all want? How many more tributes y'all need? You're not getting nothing else. They're like, here, y'all so annoying. Here's a picture for the slideshow. We're going to put her on right before Joe Jackson. Don't ask for nothing else. Like, that's literally what BET said. I'm like, oh, all right, so that's what we got. If I had a beef, the only beef I had other than the fact that I think the award show is still too long, I say that about like the BET Awards and the Grammys. It's like they just go on and on sometimes. There's a few performances, honestly, they could cut to make the show a little shorter because it feels like you sitting through the SAT sometimes watching this award show. It just keeps going. It's like when you're 7 or 8 and your mama drags you to pastor's anniversary service at church and then the service is 9 hours long. Mind you, the church ain't got but 26 members, but we in there for 9 hours. What are we celebrating? The church been here 45 years, 26 members, and we in here for 30 hours. Why? Memories. Anyway, one of them churches where everybody got to participate. But anyway, if I had a beef, and I know I wasn't the only one who heard this, at the beginning of the show, I heard them specifically say Anita Baker was going to be there and she was going to perform. And that caught me off guard because, like I said, she wasn't in the promo. So I was like, oh, okay, they might have some surprises this year. Because, sometimes the award shows, they don't tell you everybody who's in the building and then there's all kind of surprises and stuff happens. Kind of like that year they did the James Brown tribute and Michael Jackson came out, stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay. So they about to really get it in. All right, if they got Anita, they about to get it. And so I started watching it and I was waiting for Anita. And it was 8 o'clock and then 8:30 came and 9:02, 9:45, 10:15, 10:57, 11. I was like, all right, this thing about over, ain't it? All right, 11:22. I said, okay, she must be closing the show. And next thing you know, I saw Johnny Gill coming out singing Before I Let Go. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe. I don't know if Anita's coming out at the end, but maybe she's gonna do Before I Let Go, and Beyonce's gonna come from the ceiling, and Amazing Frankie Beverly, and the whole band's gonna come up from the floor. I'll take that. That's fine. I'll have no complaints. It was nothing. No Anita. So I don't know. Somebody pissed Anita off midway through the show. I guess she went home. She took her purse and went home. Called her Uber. She said she was done. I don't know. Reminds me of the time. Remember like 2005 when the Fugees opened the BET Awards, and then Lauryn Hill was supposed to close the show. And they kept saying, coming up, Lauryn Hill, a special performance from Lauryn Hill, special performance from Lauryn Hill. And then about that last 45 minutes, they ain't say no more Lauryn Hill. It's coming up, more surprises, more to come. Stay tuned. And at the end, you were waiting for Lauryn, and they rolled out Stevie on the piano, and he sang Happy Birthday to BET. And then Will and Jay danced around the piano. I said, uh-oh, something happened behind the scenes. Ain't no Lauryn tonight. So I don't know. I did notice they only said Anita Baker one time at the very beginning of the show. So hell, she might have cussed everybody out the first 20 minutes in and went home. I don't know. We'll find out. But I don't know. Y'all could have had Anita to come on stage and smooth out whatever was about to happen with Nipsey Hussle's parents. Because listen, the minute his daddy said that, can you just do your thing, please? Look, y'all could have had Anita come out right there and smooth everything. Because, Nipsey's mama looked, and all that peace and serenity that she was just talking about went out the window. And she looked at him. Y'all should have had Anita come out right there. Like it would have smoothed, everything would have smoothed out. But oh well. Anyway, let's jump to the performances. Cardi B opened the show. I thought it was okay. I thought it was all right. I don't think I've ever seen a Cardi performance at an award show that I haven't liked. I'm not a super huge Cardi fan. I appreciate the entertainment, so I like her from an entertainment perspective. I like that her team always gives her something different to do as far as the dynamics on the stage with the dancers and everything. I felt like she was lip syncing though. I was like, yeah, I don't lip sync with the rapping. But to be fair, I've seen it happen sometimes on the award shows where they're performing and then the rapper claims that they weren't lipping and nobody heard the real voice, and maybe the backtrack was too loud. I don't know. But the highlight of that performance, in my opinion, was Offset, because Offset came out of nowhere with he was going. All right, kind of like, you ever seen that clip of, what's that clip of Lil Kim when she's at the concert? I was like, oh, wait a minute, wait. I was like, y'all should have gave Offset the headset mic instead of that other, what's the dude that had it? What's his name? The Baby. Look, y'all should have gave him the Baby's headset mic, because Offset was ready. He came out with the choreography. I was like, all right, wait a minute. I mean, they had the dancers going. I would have never thought I'd see that from any of the Migos. I was like, clearly, he needs to get that same energy to Takeoff, and we'll be all right, Migos. Like, give some of that energy to Takeoff. We'll get to Takeoff in a second. But I enjoyed that performance. That was kind of fun to watch. Offset was the highlight of that for me. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready. I'm telling you, a lot of these rappers actually have additional talents. They just kind of repress and push them all down. I don't know if it's because it's an image thing. They want to look a certain way. Because the minute I found out Quavo could actually sing, and he actually sings really well, I'm like, why don't you add that into your music? Like, you got all these gifts and talents, y'all don't be using them all. Whatever. And again, Regina Hall was the host. I thought she was a great host. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the DC references. You know, I've lived out here in DC for like 15 years now, so this is like my home away. Actually, this is my home. I don't have a permanent home no more. My mama sold my childhood house and moved to Atlanta, so DC is home for me. And so I enjoyed all of it, especially the Don't Mute DC. I enjoyed all that. The go-go references, having EU come out. I loved all of it. The clips, the skits. Some people didn't like Regina Hall as a host. I thought she was good. You know, I think with Regina Hall, what makes people like her is there's something about her personality that pulls you in. Like, it's just like a warm personality. You just know when you're around good people. So I think that's what people like about her. And then she's naturally funny. Sometimes the jokes may not hit all the way, but I thought she did a good job. Especially, look, when she lost that award and she came out there looking all disheveled, I thought that crap was hilarious. I was dying. So she's good to me. I ain't got a beef with her. By the way, I also like the speech she had. It was like a 17-minute speech she had at this Essence ceremony. That speech had me rolling. I thought that crap was funny. So yeah, I thought she did a great job. And then the baby performed. Like I said, he came out with his headset mic on. So I was like, is he about to do some backflips? All the rappers gonna be dancing tonight? Wait a minute. But no, I mean, he had good energy. But listen, you could have gave that headset mic to Offset, because Offset was ready. Offset came. He ready. He about to audition for the Dangerous tour. But yeah, the baby had an okay performance. I did like his energy, I will say that. And the cool thing about award shows these days is, you know, the staging helps a lot of these performers, because there's so much that you can do now on stage. You know, they got lasers and water that can come down and spell words, and there's fire and smoke, and you can get shot out of the stage and caught in the roof and thrown this way. And there's just all and what else? 3D this and animated this on the stage, and there's just so many different things that you can just do, so it makes performances really great. So I always appreciate it when the performers try to match that same energy, because there's nothing worse than a smoke and mirrors entertainer who doesn't do anything, and it's everything around him that keeps people, you know, energized. Because hell, they even got holograms and stuff now on stage, so it's like there's no reason why you should suck in 2019 on stage. So I said, the baby, I appreciated his energy. Fantasia had a great performance. I really like the song now that I've heard it live. I thought the band was excellent. Adam Blackstone is always a really great music director, and he's worked with so many people. Like, he's worked with Mary J. Blige for a lot of her tours. He's worked with Janet on the Rock With You tour. He's always a great musical director. He did a great job with the arrangements for Fantasia's set. And of course, she sounded great, by the way. She looks really good as well, too. She's really kept herself together. Good for her. The other beef I have, I hate that when they do the spotlight on the artist and they're on the B stage, I hate that they never show the full performance, or at least most of it, you know, because a lot of times, if we're being honest, some of those people on the B stage are better than the acts on the main stage, and it's like you cut them off and you don't even give them a chance to shine. Like, y'all don't even let them get to the hook sometimes, because Lucky Daye was killing that. And y'all cut him off real quick. By the way, he has a great project. And I thought it was dope that Raphael Sadiq introduced him. Like, that's some great clarification and verification right there that's some great talent. If you got Raphael Sadiq rocking with you. But yeah, so check out the Lucky Daye album. It's a really great project. And the same thing with the Kiana, Lede. I hated that they cut her off too. I'm like, I want to continue hearing the X song. I've heard it's an older song. I don't know why they put it on an EP. But yeah, like, let the people on the side stage get it in. I think the only person who's almost had their full performance on the side stage without them going to commercial was Anderson .Paak in 2015. Moving on. Let's see. Lizzo, I like Lizzo's performance as well. She has some great showmanship, and I like the fact that she can sing, she can rap, and she can play instruments. Because I wasn't ready when she pulled out the flute the first time I saw her perform on something. I was like, is that a flute? Oh, okay. All right. So this time she pulled out the flute and was going to twerk at the same time. I said, I'll take it. And I'll say this, because I saw some people that were kind of trying to shame her for how she looked. I'll say this. A lot of you same people who have something to say about how she looks are the same people who will jump in the body positivity threads on Twitter, talking about, let's be positive today, let's post our bodies and all that other crap y'all be doing. And then y'all want to be selective with other folks because they don't look a certain way. Like, y'all be full of it. Like, keep that same energy. Lizzo, I had no beef with what she did. Like, she should be able to feel empowered and do what she wants to do, because everybody's entitled to do that. I thought she looked decent. I thought she looked nice. She was fine with me. Plus, hell, she was playing the flute. I was down with it. She played the flute and then bust out some singing and got to the rapping. My thing is, it's 2019. At this point, anything can go on the stage. As long as it's musically inclined and it's genuine and it's talent, I have no beef with it. So I enjoyed her performance. I thought she was cool. As a matter of fact, I went and bought her album right after she was finished, just because. I also bought the that Kiana Lede EP as well. Anyway, hell, she really came out with a flute, y'all. Like, I was like, that's different. Look, if I was on the stage, I'd come out with the triangle. That's the one thing you can't mess up playing. I'd be about to get with that triangle. Like, you can't mess up the triangle. Triangle and like a tambourine or something. You come out with that mess. Really, a triangle. I want the triangle. Anyway, Lil Nas X came out and performed. And again, like I said, the staging is what makes performances so cool now. I think he had the best set if you're talking about how the stage looked. Plus, I've enjoyed watching his run of success, mainly because, you know, the backlash that he received from the country community. Automatically, I hopped on the support train of his project because I'm like, y'all not about to shut these folks down when folks done stole everything we got anyway. If we want to do some trap-inspired country, we should be able to do that, and you don't get the luxury to tell us what we can't do. So I fully support everything he got going. I even went and checked out his EP. I was trying to be hip and young like the kids are. I thought it was a decent EP. You know, he even had a rock song on there. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take it. And then he had Billy Ray Cyrus there. So yeah, it was a decent performance. You know, it is what it is. I'm not crazy over the songs, but you know, I support. I love a good success story. Only performance I wasn't crazy over at all was City Girls' performance mixed with the Baby. Like, I do understand that the current City Girl who's not in jail, she had no real intentions of really doing the rap thing. It was the other one who really was trying to push it. And you know, when you're a ride or die for your friend, your friends would get you into stuff you wasn't even trying to do. And so now she on the BET stage that don't even want to be there. I just needed some energy. Just a little energy. You know what I mean? Because if I had to review her performance, like I said before back in the day, like, remember that Aretha Franklin clip when they asked her about all the divas and she had to give their 2 cents, and then they asked her about Taylor Swift and she said, Taylor Swift, let's see, great gowns, beautiful gowns. Like, that was my opinion of her performance. It was just a great stage, beautiful stage. Yeah, great stage. Stage is nice. You know, they got lasers and good lighting. Okay, she got some dancers. Oh, God, this is nice. Stage is nice. The dancers had on black. That's a good color to perform with. Real nice. And then she was only on stage for 20 seconds. It was like they let her get half the hook in and she was off the stage. I said, y'all could have just had her stay home. Like, dang, why y'all do that to that girl? Because plus it's kind of a hype song. That's like a really big party anthem right now. So I don't know. But, you know, if that's not her lane, it's not her lane. And that goes back to the argument that I was saying about record labels now. That artist development no longer exists. They really just throw people out there on stage. The minute they get some kind of traction on social media or get a regional hit somewhere, they just put them out there full front, and there's no backing, there's no support, and sometimes they get set up. And that's what it looked like with her. She looked really, really uncomfortable. And then, you know, the Baby had the second half of the performance, and listen, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused with all these babies. I was like, Lil Baby, the Baby. I was like, anybody else? The littles and the babies. We always didn't have littles and babies and all the names, but now the names are so similar, it's hard to keep up with everybody. He had a bit more energy. I like that with the staging, there was kind of like a storyline with the performance. He did bring some life back to the performance, but I was already lost once it started, so it's hard to kind of win me back over. So, but again, beautiful stage, great staging. There was great acting. There was a plot. There was a skit. I appreciated all of it. Beautiful stage. H.E.R had a great performance. I appreciate the fact that she used her platform to really talk social issues. She could have performed any song she wanted out of her catalog, but she chose to do that one, which I thought was really commendable, you know, because you only get so many opportunities at major award shows. So for her to use the platform for what she wanted to do, I thought that was really respectable. I forgot the guy's name who performed with her, but all of that was great. I love the visuals that supported the performance in the back, and just the message. I hope that connected with some folks, and I hope the right, you know, ears caught what was being presented. DJ Mustard Migos, like I said, Offset, he won me over at the beginning of the night, so I was like, I need Offset to get that energy to Takeoff, because Takeoff ain't never got no energy when the Migos perform. Takeoff, I don't know if he wants to perform like that. Like, I feel like that day they're like, oh, Takeoff, what you about to get into? Oh, you know, I'm about to go do this BET Awards thing real quick, and you know, I think there's a 30 for 30 episode that comes on ESPN, so I'm gonna do that afterwards. What y'all getting into? You know, I'm gonna just do this little award show and then I'm gonna go home. Cause it's funny, cause you got Quavo doing his thing, you got Offset doing his thing, all the dancers, you know, all doing all this, and then you got Takeoff kind of just not even just 3 minutes. Pyrotechnics, lasers, water, dancers, $200,000 performance on the stage. Takeoff. I said, yeah, are you even trying? Beautiful stage. Beautiful stage. But I do like that song, by the way. But actually, I take that back. They did try to do a two-step at the end. Yet they were able to get Takeoff to move to the right one time. He ain't do it no more after that. He's like, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and walk off. Thank y'all. Good night. I'm going to happy hour after this. I don't know. And then, of course, the Mary J. Blige tribute, I have no beefs with. I did kind of want them to have some additional people to perform for Mary, because that's when I thought maybe Anita Baker was doing that. I was like, oh, that would be cool. Anita Baker, I would have loved to hear her do Not Gonna Cry or 7 Days. That would have been dope. But yeah, Mary J. had a fun performance. She was a little off vocally, but to be fair, Mary J. be on tour she been on tour her whole life. Ever since she came out, she's on tour. I bet if you go on Ticketmaster right now, she got some tour dates. Mary just been touring, so sometimes your voice just needs some rest. She just was a little tired, but she still had a great performance. And the funniest thing is, or not even the funniest thing, the coolest thing is, like, she has so many hits. Like, she could have done another 30 songs and we would have still been just as hyped, because that reign that she had, especially from, I want to say, like, what's the 411 to No More Drama album. Like, I mean, especially when you got to Mary and Share My World and My Life, those albums just, I mean, hit after hit after hit after hit. And, like, of course, I Can Love You is one of my favorite Mary songs. Share My World is my favorite Mary album. I know the Mary stands love My Life, but Share My World is what did it for me. And so, of course, as soon as I Can Love You came, I was like, I better see Little Kim come out of this stage somewhere. So she did. Method Man came out. You know, I pray to God that I age as well as Method Man is aged, because he looks exactly how he did when I was still 8. Like, he looks exactly the same. Like, maybe I needed to go vegan and have a diet of air and water and photosynthesis and what. But man, whatever he's doing, I need to take note, because I mean, he looks exactly the same. Him and Lorenz Tate, they just have not aged at all. It's like, good for them. But yeah, Mary's tribute was a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed seeing all of the hits performed. She was really good when I saw her at Essence last year too. So give Mary her things. I'm glad she's getting her recognition, because it really has been like 30 years to this point. It was time. So good for her. Let me see. DJ Khaled, Meek Mill, Jeremiah, J Balvin. I was just about to flip too when they said DJ Khaled, but then I forgot that Meek is on that song. And you know what's crazy? I feel like if Meek is a singer, I feel like he can probably sing too. But if Meek Mill could sing, I feel like he'd have a really great chest voice, because he's so comfortable like yelling and has stamina with it, where he can just stay way out there and that loud all day without his voice giving out. He'd probably have a really great little register if he was a singer. But that performance was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed that full performance. The energy was really good. A lot of fun to watch. So it is what it is. Let me see. Then they honor Tyler Perry with all the work that he's done. And I will say, yeah, he's definitely, when you think about a lot of the people who we've seen have a reemergence in acting, a lot of those people got put on because of Tyler's projects. Because there are people like Robin Givens and Tatiana Ali. Hell, even Janet. I think her doing those Why Did I Get Married movies and like For Color Girls was really a great. That was kind of a way to kind of keep her out there, because, you know, folks was trying to write her off for a minute musically. And that was a great way to kind of keep her name out there. And you know, there's just been so many people he's put on or kind of went back and got brought out. Like even Aunt Viv, like Janet Hubert, is on some show he got. So I always thought that was dope. He's always helped give, you know, careers to folks. Now, whatever you think about his content and whether it's quality or not, just at least the fact that there's some doors that are open. So he may be the one door, and I think we need about 50 more additional doors, but I will give him kudos for at least opening that door and getting, you know, success for those people who are coming in through his door. But we definitely need like 50 more doors. But good for Tyler. You see, and then Kirk Franklin performed. Erica Campbell sounded really good. Kelly Price is always in her pocket. I've never heard a bad Kelly Price vocal in my life. So she always kills it. Jonathan McReynolds was really good on his guitar. That whole song, anyway, Love Theory, is a great, just upbeat song. And the album that just came out is actually really good as well. I like that Just For Me song. And I think they just posted a clip on his Vivo page where it's him and his backup singers, like 3 of them singing a cappella. It's a really good vocal. If you're like a person who really is into singing, definitely check that out. It was really, really good. And he posted it today, I think. And then, of course, they had the Nipsey Hussle tribute where, you know, you had DJ Khaled again, you had John Legend, you had Marsha Ambrosius, you had, I think YG was out there, and it was great. Some people were kind of questioning what was going on with Nipsey's mom, and I'll leave it at this. At the end of the day, this woman is grieving her son, so however she manages is how she manages. Leave her alone. That was what she wanted to share with you all, you know, her way of dealing with everything, and just wanted to give some insight, so let her have that lane and leave it alone. Unless you buried your own child, I don't think we know what that experience is like. That's a lot to deal with, and it still just happened as well. But I enjoy her poise, and I enjoy how she's just in this place of like tranquility. I didn't know where she was going with it for a second because I thought she was about to say something like the FBI was in on it. I was like, where's she going with this? But she brought it all full circle. But anyway, that was the awards show. Share your 2 cents. What did you like? What didn't you like? You know, let it all out in the comment section. Anyway, I'm out. Subscribe.
I'm so excited you're mine.